Alright, hello and welcome back everyone to another exciting adventure in James Plays Final Fantasy II so you don't have to. I know last time on our wonderful story, we saved Princess Hilda for a second time. We fought an imposter Hilda, and we retook the city of Finn, as well as the castle, who was guarded by a pretty insubstantial boss. Now, after that, we learned that in order to open up the Ultima tome, we had to get two masks, a white mask and a black mask. Just by pure happenstance, we actually got the black mask already. The white mask is supposed to be here under Finn Castle, but Hilda doesn't know where it was, so we're going to talk to Paul and see if he knows, because he's supposed to be like a master thief. Also, his pathing is like freaking the fuck out right now, and he doesn't know where to walk, which I think is funny. You old devil. What do you know about masks? Do you know about Ultima Tome? What do you know about Ekmet Tidlos? Okay. Nah, it's a really boring white mask. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just really like masks. Not a big deal, Paul. So I guess we're gonna go figure that out. Did I not stay at the inn? Let's hop into the inn really quick. No doubt there will be monsters and whatnot in the hidden passage. So, wow! We're here. So, here? Oh. It's funny. The reason I'm laughing is because prompting you to tell you that you see nothing out of the ordinary and opening up this little context interaction box actually tells you that in fact there is something out of the ordinary. It's humorous. Oh cool, it's a secret door. Cool. Can I? Okay. I'm just gonna, in general, kinda keep looking out for secret walls, because Paul made it sound like maybe there's more than just one. Yeah. Maybe not, though. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa. Okay. Oh, nope. That definitely wasn't the thing. Now I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Oh, here it is. Oh, hey, dude. Oh, well, thank you. Apparently he knew about the secret door. We got a golden shield, got a golden cuirass, and golden armor, all which I think are not that cool. We've got a golden shield already, and we've already discerned that knight's armor and golden cuirass are the same thing, except maybe there's a difference in weight in armor, and somehow that affects gameplay in a way that is not at all been explained to me, so I'm just going to ignore it, because I can't manipulate it positively. Here is Castle Finn. So far, nothing particularly interesting. These are all pretty old enemies. That's the staircase down. Big groups of them, though. Looks like they're doing some hefty... Oh, let me look at the... There's the boss. I'm going to take a peek at him. We got our stalagmite, which we fought coming up in the castle. Pretty damn good for guild drop, I have to say. Whatever resistances and weaknesses. Gatos. There he is. weird goblin demon mask guy. Again, we're looking like the Ripper. That's not a weapon I've ever seen. I haven't seen haste as a spell either. But since he's a boss, there's no way to, and I don't know what affects item drop, there's no way to really manipulate that, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's see if there's anything else that we found. Nope. Oh, Sorcerer. More shitty sorcerers drop all sorts of cool stuff, as well as the gold cuirass. That's something I should look up. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. So before we go down the stairs, I'm going to peek around here. Clothes. Ha! Well, what kind of game would it be if they start giving us useful items? So clothes, again, are the starting equipment. They're absolutely useless to me at this point. They were pretty useless to me in the beginning of the game anyway, so I'm a little bit frustrated by the fact that it would even exist as a treasure chest, to be frank. Empty room? Yep. Oh man, look at all the stalagmites. I bet I'm going to get a whopper of a guild load out of this guy. Yeah, 6,600. That's pretty sweet. Of course, the encounter rate is staggering as usual in these. Let's see. Oh, here's a chest. A knife. Cool. Again, demonstrating their complete inability to fill chests with meaningful rewards. Jesus, like why? I really don't, I don't see the point. Knife was like one of the first weapons we had. It was like the first dagger weapon that we had access to. Like, they might, I mean, that chest might as well not even exist. It's pointless. There's absolutely no function. Other than to be disappointing, I guess. Which I don't really know why you would do that. Except, and this would be a very big except, in a game or a situation where you are specifically trying to negatively affect. Oh, whoa! These guys are cool. Oh. Damn. You sure do make use out of that spell. Especially in, or specifically in a game where you're trying to manipulate the way a player feels when they're playing the game. A good go-to example of this ether, legitimately good treasure, would be something like Dark Souls, or any of the Soul series, where you're specifically trying to make the player feel overwhelmed, underpowered, where you're trying to convey a sense of helplessness and meaninglessness within the world through unrewarding item drops, hard difficulty, you know, stuff like that. In this game, I don't really know if they had that sort of level of psychology when they were making it, but I don't particularly feel beset. Actually, for most of the game, I've felt a little bit overpowered, considering the boss battles we've had. But so that the useless treasure rooms don't really do anything for the game other than being a useless treasure room. That's unfortunate. It's an opportunity missed. Like potions. These early Final Fantasy games love to give me potions. like, towards the end game, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, potions do nothing for me. The high potions are barely useful to me at this point. Like, why? Why would you do that? These brain enemies, though, I'm kind of speeding through the battles, so you probably aren't catching them. But they have a sap spell. Oh, Killer Mantis. Cool. Which basically is swapping HP values or MP values, which, while the HP swap is not too devastating because I can always heal myself back up, the MP swap is actually pretty significant because, as we said, of course, before, ethers are a lot harder to come by. Luckily, I've stocked myself up since I seem to find myself with an excess of gil. But if I was underprepared... Oh, there's a high potion. There's some forethought. Underprepared, then that would be pretty devastating. As it stands, though, I'm getting money like nobody's business. I don't know. I guess there's kind of a turning point in every game. I don't know if I talked about this last series, but kind of, you know that you've really made significant progress in the game when money stops mattering. Essentially, you'll see it a lot in RPGs, especially. Like, for the first maybe half or even like 3/4 of the game, keeping in step with where your money count should be is going to be really important, and making sure you don't get behind on that by like running away from a lot of battles, using items that discourage random battles, stuff like that. So essentially you always want to have enough gil or whatever the money is, so you can get the next big equipment in the next town. And if you fall behind on that, it really kind of sets you off. But resistant to ice, like, cool, but am I going to be fighting any flame guys? Who knows? I guess we'll see. I guess it'll be helpful for those chimeras. But anyway, at a certain point, either because they have to scale the rewards to fit the difficulty of the battles, so the gil rewards get higher and higher. Oh, green souls, they're new. They heal you. That's curious. We've got the changer. I think he's the one that does the HP swap. And then we've got the brain, which I think is the one that does the MP swap. Green souls. So actually this game has a whole set of soul enemies. Green souls apparently just heal you, which is weird. Got the Killer Mantis. He's pretty cool. Weak to ice for some reason. But anyway, so since they have to scale the gil rewards to fit the difficulty of battles, you will progressively gain more and more gil, which means at a certain point you will kind of reach the ceiling of like always having enough gil to buy whatever you need to get. The interesting sort of fallacy, of course, in that logic is actually you're seeing it in play right now. These battles are inconsequential. I mean, like, even if I wasn't flame armor as highly leveled as I was, like, these enemies don't really take any sort of what we would consider strategy. You know, I can just breeze by holding down the attack button and make it through them without any issue. Now, a little bit earlier I mean, earlier in the game, we were fighting harder, not harder enemies, but they had certain elemental weaknesses that we had to exploit, especially with the Adamantortus enemies. They had very specific elemental weaknesses that we could exploit to make those battles a lot easier, especially because they have the high defense stat. But now we can just breeze through them. You know, they're not really. Oh, that makes sense. They're not really a thing anymore. So what that means is, even though the guild is scaled to what the developers assumed the difficulty or the time you have to put into beating it, really these enemies have no power staff and a monster in the box. Have essentially what is the same difficulty as, you know, like the very first enemies we've ever fought. The only difference is they have more hit points and we get more gil for them, which means that since we can breeze through them with such ease, like the amount of gil that we get in return is really a lot, but the difficulty isn't there, which is often why you hit that point. And it's also a matter of like scaling the cost of the equipment, of course. You know, the equipment should get more and more expensive as you go up in difficulty, because the amount of gil drop is more, and I don't really know where I'm going with this rambling. I guess I'm just trying to fill space. Anyway, so we've hit that all important section in the game where I feel like I have way more gil than I'll ever be able to spend. And that's, you know, that's the kind of point where you... Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're not too bad. Where we're just kind of overflowing with gil. And, like, that's the point where you generally get to, like, max out your potion item, whatever that might be, or... Oh, geez. Well, okay. Or, you know, max out all your stat recovery, harmful status effect recovery items, stuff like that. When you feel safe buying, like, 99 potions, specifically in a Final Fantasy game, that's kind of a big landmark, and it's often towards the end of the game. Got a bunch of doors here. I'm gonna be really sad when Layla goes. She's really developed pretty nicely into a pretty sweet character. Guess not. It's just okay, that looks important. Possibly the mask that we are looking for, and possibly also a boss battle. So I'm going to go ahead and heal up here. And ether up, because I think Furion lost some magic there when we were getting our MPs swapped around. We can drop a save and see what's up. Oh, I just got the white mask, I guess. And we've got more random battles. Sweet. Huh. Well, I have to say, you know, honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was actually expecting a boss. There was a boss for Black mask. Huh. Well, oh well. So now that we have both masks, we are going to head to Mysidia and hopefully unlock the seal on the Ultima tome. Should not take us too long. Mysidia is down here, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's over here. I think it's over here. So, should just have to sail south and then walk for a bit. Ugh, these motherfuckers. I don't like them. I know I should be focusing on my magic training when I'm walking through these areas and fighting random battles, but to be perfectly honest, I don't really feel like I even need it, you know, which is probably a little bit dangerous because I could see myself walking into a spot where, like, oh shit, I really need some powerful magics and I fuck myself over. But I feel like I get enough damage. Oh, what's this? Cave of Mystics. Mysidia. I don't know what that's about. I'll probably end up having to go back there. But, like, I feel like my spells are strong enough, and like my attackers do pretty dang solid damage, and I have a. Oh, now this is going to be a situation where I probably have to, but I have a pretty fucking solid team going on right now. Thunder was not the thing that they're weak against. Fire? You know, and I mean, obviously Layla could afford to be a little bit more magical. You know, her spells can go up a little bit, but it's just not. It's not essential. I guess I'm feeling like it's not essential at least, and I don't want to put time into it, honestly. Which is, unfortunately, I think where their leveling system kind of falls apart, is if I'm not engaged in advancing my characters, then I'm not going to want to, and I'm going to spend as little time on it as possible. Which happens to be the case. Yes, I have indeed. Now, last time I was here, they had a magic shop that sold all the spells. That's pretty cool. 2 masks and then travel to... Okay. So, yes. I wish there was some meaning to that. Like, I'm actually legitimately curious to look at the Wikipedia, see if that's just filler text. So, wait. So, wait. You must first collect 2 masks, then travel to a cave. Within it, you should find a crystal rod, an artifact that you will need if you were to enter the tower. Okay, so I guess... Right, blah, 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 blah. This... Oh. A beatific? Well, bam! Have a white mask. What did that do? Oh, well, cool. I'm glad I did that. And now I go to the... Yeah, oh shit. Static electricity, man. Well, I definitely put the white mask in the right place, I think. Because it actually won't let me put it anywhere else. So now I'm gonna run back over to the cave. And... yeah. Where did that cave go? Oh shit. These guys are annoying. That is annoying. Okay. Mysidia Cave, here we come. I guess maybe you have to put the white mask on the thing under Mysidia and the black mask under the thing in the cave, and then maybe I get a crystal rod, it sounds like. Mysidia Cave. We are going to batten down for the night in a cottage, and then go into the cave and see what's up. I am also going to save outside, just to make sure. God, look at the fucking... oh my god, look at how much gil we have now. It's out of control. Which actually reminds me, once I get back into Mysidia, fucking... god damn it. I should stock up on items. Okay. So that's going to be one of these places, huh? No new enemies so far. Black Garb, which is, of course, as we know, one of our special unique whoa, what? How could it be more powerful than... That's immense. Too bad nobody fucking uses staffs. Black Garb and White Garb, as we know, are nice end-game equipment. It's better defense anyway, so... that fog, though. Oh, a Malbro! Malbros are one of my favorite Final Fantasy enemies, actually. Because I've actually always been curious. So Malbros are kind of these funky looking, and you'll see them a lot better in the 3D Final Fantasy games coming up. They're these weird kind of tentacly. Oh, giant summon actually gives me better attack. Guys that are very adept at using status effects. And though I've never actually been able to find any proof of it, I've always been curious because I think the name Marlboro is just a phonetic translation of their Japanese name, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be totally wrong. And so I've always been curious if it's like a subtle, not so subtle jab at smokers and lung cancer, because they've got like big tentacles that kind of poof out this black smoke kind of stuff like a cigarette. I've always kind of canon. That's me down there. See that? That's kind of creepy. Headcanon that, can you have headcanon about real world events? Stifling the defiled heart of the creature. That's weird. That's what the designers did on purpose. That's kind of like a joke. Ha! Take this black mask! Yeah, fuck you. Okay. Well, whatever. This is a weird place. KP City is weird. I'm full of fucking black flans. Oh my god, it's like they want me to not have any magic when I get to the boss. If there's a boss, which there probably will be. On the plus side, I guess Layla's gonna have some pretty wicked fire level spells once we get there. The Marlboros that are in Final Fantasy X, particularly, I remember looking very, very cool. But that could just be because, like, Final Fantasy X is one of the nicer looking Final Fantasies. Oh, Red Soul, hey buddy, long time no see. That brings us to our, I think, well, I guess it's not the first instance, but, and actually, you know, the more I think about it, this game in particular has been doing it a lot. Using former bosses as enemies, tropes. Which is, of course, something that we know about as a recurring element. Flame Lance, which is cool, except none of my characters use lances. So nobody cares. Maybe if I get Gordon back, he can have a Flame Lance. I like that. Like, I don't even care. I just wanna get to the next area. These guys don't seem to be particularly status debuff heavy, but later on in the series they definitely will carry that connotation. I wonder if I'll have to teach Ultima to someone, like, I guess Maria will get it, because she's our caster. That's an interesting thought. I wonder if it is going to be an actual, like, spell tome, or if it's essentially going to be like a plot device. Ogre Killer, and a monster in a box. No, just a couple of bombs. There we go. I should be healing them. Yeah, we're running low. Almost completely gone through our supply of high potions. That's pretty impressive. Although you'll notice that I'm using them pretty indiscriminately. I'm not really trying to be... oh! Flying rays. Those are cool looking. Not trying to be particularly conservative or anything with them. Why don't they stop? Why don't they just stop? Because, James, you have to keep on leveling up your characters so you can kill the Emperor. Can I just, like, kill him now, though? Like, can I feel like I can do it? Really hope I'm getting close. Flying rays. Let's look at our bestiary, because we haven't done that in a bit. We got ghosts. Final iteration of our shadow cycle. Fire, which is funny because they're clearly not ghosts. I mean, they're actually absolutely skeletons. So I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Rios, which is our cooler, greener chimera. Cockatrice, which is our better Helldiver. And he's pretty normal. Oops, pretty normal. What else do we have? We have our Flying Ray. And a werewolf. Resistant to body and death. Interesting. There's the Malbro. Slogging through enemies in this game is my least favorite thing. Good thing some of these guys drop high potions. Eating through them like candy. I think they only give me like 250. Oh, cool. Potion, awesome. 250 health. So, oh, whoa. Interesting. Oh. I keep trying to not accidentally miss it. Because... let's see if somebody casts a nice spell. Because I actually noticed that part of the higher level ice spell animation includes a little bit of 3D, which I think is kind of cool. I probably killed the person that was easy. Oh, shit, there it was. Damn it. I guess my ice spells are high enough that I can just cast it myself. Gold Needle, Phoenix Down, Bell of Silence, which I think I already had. Just makes people silenced. Which is like cool, but not also not that impressive. Ugh. So ready for them to get over the design choice of pile on enemies makes battle harder. In the later Final Fantasy games we'll see as we go along, like, very rarely are you ever encountering enemies in numbers like greater, maybe like 4. I'm just gonna throw out as a good guesstimate. Like 4 is a lot of enemies to run into in later games. That doesn't happen until, like, we're looking at... Oh, shit. You know, Drain actually might be a good spell to invest in. These guys cast Bio, looks like, or whatever this game's version of Bio is. It's kind of a bummer. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, parties of enemies like they kind of sort out the difficulty issue and just make enemies more difficult and stop the piling on of enemies. Because really, I mean, like I was saying, the battles don't get more difficult. It just gets fucking more annoying to fight them. Like, they just get longer and, like, obnoxious. You know. Like, over there, there's like a bajillion treasure chests. It's interesting that they, like, introduced the hidden wall thing. And, like, I get it, you want a little extra incentive for your players to explore, but without any way to really, oh, there we go, exploit it, like, I don't know. I wish they had included, like, maybe an item or a piece of potions and high potions, cool, or something that you could maybe, like, equip. I think, actually, ugh, holy crap, okay. Fuck your spells. I want to say that 6 has a spell that like makes it visible, like makes hidden paths visible, and you can equip it, but at the cost of like using up. In that game, they have like a relic system, which is like a unique accessory, and you can one of the relics. If I remember correctly, is something that allows you to see hidden paths. So you can choose one of your character at the expense of maybe having like higher stats or a special ability. You can have them equip that. That's a really good like risk reward, or not risk reward, but system to use for that. Cool, I got a crystal rod. Okay, I know that this episode is running a little bit long, and I apologize for that. I'm just going to hop over to Mysidia. I'm going to magic out of here. I'm going to cut the recording here and pick it back up when we get into Mysidia, so we can finish out that last little bit. Hey, so guess what? And I'm super pissed now. Turns out I died to a completely stupid, incredibly unfair random battle while I was making my way back, where essentially I had 4 enemies, each that could cast Confuse on everyone, confusing everyone every turn. So I guess I'm just going to cut the episode here, and then have to make up before I get to the next episode next time, and that's super stupid, and I really hate that, and I am unhappy. But at least I got the footage I did get, so that's super cool, and we will see you here back next time with both masks in place and all sorts of goodness going on. Okay, we'll see you around.